Good morning. Happy, happy souls. Your soul is so happy. Your soul is so in love. You could go on and just indulge yourself in the truth of you if you want to, because that is who you are. And we haven't really had the ultimate experience yet. I can talk about myself that it's not happened yet. But I'm still happy, and I'm still, you know, got a lot of joy in me. So I can't even imagine what the day is going to be like. And that could be today, where, as we mentioned in a quote from Yogananda just recently, he said, if we keep tugging at this chain, which is holding us to mortal consciousness, he said, someday an invisible divine hand will reach down and snap it apart. Yeah. And he also said in another time, he said that that worries and fears and all that is just the shadow of Divine Mother's hand reaching down to lift you up. It's just the shadow of her hand reaching down to pick you up. So there's so much that we can be grateful for today. Good morning, Debbie. Thank you for jumping on the love line. We call it the love line at times. And Stacy, thank you for coming on. So happy that you're here. Lynn Adams, of course, you're here. Kat, you're here. Betsy, Autumn. Wow, what a group we have. And you know what's interesting? I read something in my Gita class. I just had my Gita class, but I want to read this to you because this is an astounding truth about the heart, how powerful our heart is. And it says this: the heart, as we all know, is located in the center of the human body and is said to be the only organ where cancer cells do not develop. This is because the heart is an antenna that receives the higher energy of higher mind. And its frequency is different from that of cancer cells, the heart. In other words, they cannot have contact with each other energetically. And then it goes on to say, just being with someone with an open heart, just being with someone with an open heart gives you a sense of security and stability. I would guarantee that every person on this love line right now has an open heart, or you wouldn't be here. So can you imagine the sense of security and stability we have just being with each other? But then it goes on to say, not only does the open heart reset your feelings, it also gives you the motivation to move forward positively. An open heart. And this really got me. Just having one person with an open heart in the venue, in our little venue this morning, just one of us with an open heart will allow everyone there to receive the energy of the heart and live more easily themselves. So powerful, right? And we haven't even started. We just showed up with the open hearts. And already we're getting vibed up from our higher self, our higher nature, that which no disease can ever touch. Because disease is just something that is kind of built into this planet and the vibrations of the dream duality delusion that we're in, that there seems to be illness. And then we create even more illness when we think that illness is the real deal. When Yogananda's guru, Sri Yukteswar, said that disbelieve in the reality of sickness and an unrecognized visitor will flee. Wow. Disbelieve in the reality of illness and an unrecognized visitor will flee. Gosh, I wonder what other beliefs we have in our mind that if we could just disbelieve in them, they're off the mark, right? And there's good chance that most of our beliefs could be better, could be higher. They could be more awakened beliefs that we could say, wow, this belief and that belief, the one that just came into my head, and an unrecognized visitor will flee. So thank you, everyone, for having the open hearts. Thank you for motivating me to be as best as I can be this morning. And I love the fact that our hearts are communicating with each other. As we know, they have telepathy with each other. And so they're talking away, and our higher selves are communicating with each other, and they're talking away and having a good old time. So I think we're on to something. All right. This morning, we're going to look at this idea of awareness, which is so key. It's so key. They say that awareness is almost before even a thought comes into your head, that we can be aware. We can be aware. Oh, I just caught a thought in my mind. That the awareness comes first. And so awareness is really being in the present moment. If we can just be here now and just take in what we're taking in and hold a nice feeling in your heart, and you're aware of that, oh my gosh, you might be a lot further along and a lot more developed and evolved than you could ever imagine, just with that awareness. So this is what happened to Ramana Maharshi. You know, I like to quote him because he's the one that talks so much about this I am, this I am presence that we all are. That is yourself, let's say. The I am is your soul self, capital S. And that self is spirit. It's 100% spirit proof. It's 100% the divine indweller in you as the infinite, that self. So when we have self-awareness, we really have a heads up on how we can stay connected to the divine presence today in a way like never before. So this is what the Ramana says. He had a vision of his death. He had a vision of his death. And he said, in the vision of death, though all my senses were benumbed, the I am, the self-awareness, was clearly evident, even though my senses were all benumbed. And so I realized that it was that awareness that we call I, the I am awareness, and not the body, that I was this I am presence and not the body. He said, this self-awareness never decays. It is unrelated to anything. It is self-luminous. Even if the body is burnt, it will not be affected. Hence, I realized on that very day so clearly that I am was me, or is me. I realized so clearly that day that who I am is the I am. I am soul. I am presence. So close your eyes if you haven't already, my dears, and let's just hold this space of how powerful each of us are, just as we are, right here and now. And that nothing can taint that. Nothing can take that away from us. It is an inalienable right, we could say, from the very get-go of creation, as we were created as this spark from the great fire of spirit. And so we are today, still that same beautiful essence of spirit. No separation. Spirit are us. We are spirit. We are one. OMG. Let's just start to begin the breath. And even the breath is so powerful. It represents the life force of spirit. It represents the joy and the bliss of spirit. And when we can put mind and on this beautiful breath of ours, as you are aware of it right now, we can experience infinity if we just keep our mind on this breath of God, on this breath of life, and this soul self, this true identity of who we really are, each of us. We can experience quite a transcendent state of consciousness as we go a little deeper into relaxing right now, a little more filled with a radiant faith and an unconditional trust in the truth of us and the truth of what we're hearing as words from the great ones who are always, always in the details of our life. And so let's just spend a few moments in silence before I take us in a little deeper with this idea of self-awareness as the soul of us. Consider having the awareness of these two words as your focus. Be still. Have the awareness. I am still. I am still. And as Ramana says, apart from that, the mind has no task to do and no thought to think. I am still. My mind has no task to do, nor do I have a thought to think. I am still. I am aware. I am aware that I am still. I'm going to read you some more wisdom on how to be aware. Resting in awareness, resting in awareness is not something you do. It is what remains when doing ceases. Resting in awareness is not something you do. It is what remains when doing ceases. You do not need to go beyond thought, nor fight against it, but simply recognize that awareness is prior to thought. Awareness is prior to thought. Awareness is not something to grasp, but the ever present reality in which all experience unfolds. The ever present awareness. In which all experience unfolds. Ever present awareness. The sense of lack, division, of seeking. These are all mind-made illusions. Awareness itself lacks nothing, for it is the very source of all appearing things. And finally, instead of trying to become aware, notice that awareness is already here prior to the effort to attain it. Awareness is you and me already. It does not need improvement. It doesn't come and go like the sky. It allows clouds of thought to pass without attachment. This means no longer identifying with every thought or emotion, but resting as the open, vast presence in which they arise. Let go of the mental habit of grasping and resisting. There is nothing to attain. Rest in what is already here and simply be. Simply be. Rest in what is already here. And simply be. And we're closing now. Notice that what already is prior to all the other activities that go on. Awareness is here as the present reality, prior to your thinking, your choices, your to-do list, your analysis, and everything else. It's prior. It's you. It's an always. You have it now. There's nothing to attain. It's always been you. You have it. Let's be so grateful for the open hearts that we have to come on, which attracts the amazing grace, which helps each one of us go a little deeper. Each meditation that we feel more light, we have more hope, we have more peace. It's here. It's now. So we thank you, O Great Spirit, for how you are taking us on this journey, the journey to ourselves, which is you, our journey to you, which is us, which is me, which is everything. We thank you for giving us the strength to hear your call, to follow your wisdom, to connect in a community, to be humble, and full of passion for freedom, for ourselves and for our world and everything in it. We thank you that this is so, and so be it. Well, thank you for such open hearts, everybody. It's palpable what happens when we come together. So grateful for that. I see some nice smiles on your faces. So you must have enjoyed being more aware, right? That's all.
I have to say, Tom, that was a goodie.
That was a goodie. Who talked? Who talked this then? Was it? Oh, Sarah, a goodie. You call it a goodie? Yeah, nice. Anyone else for a goodie? Was it a goodie? Cat. Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat, kids. We're all in the same boat. And you know what's so cool about being in the same boat? We row together. We row together. We're in sync. Yeah, we got a beautiful pace back home, leading us to the shores of divine fulfillment. Thank you. I don't mind going to the shores of divine fulfillment with all of you. But let's take the rest of the world with us, okay? Let's do that. I want you all to meet Debbie Ambrose. Her sister comes on every now and then, Mary, but she's joined us. So happy to have you, Debbie, and I hope that we can see you more often. All right. Right.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful, Tom. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Very neat.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
You're
We're
welcome.
in it.
We're
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Even from my car, I had to drive. I drove the kids into school today because of the rain. So even from my car, I'm just in my own little world.
I
And I
know.
appreciate you so much.
It's
Just
so
beaming ear to ear.
you're in your little cocoon there. You look so comfortable and cozy, and the world can't get in there, and you're just safe as a you're safe as anybody can be right now. Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you, everyone. And love to your families, love to everyone that you're going to come across today. And I'm sure they're going to feel something from you. You don't have to say any words, as St. Francis said to his disciples. He said, go out and preach the Gospels, but use words only when necessary. Yeah. So there we have it. There we have it. See you all tomorrow. This makes my life. Woohoo! Tomorrow I get to see you again. All right. Namaste, everyone. Toodles.